there you go. This is our porch. Just so you know, it's the middle of the day, it's kind of windy. Even got the Halloween Christmas spirit. Looks pretty cool at night. This is a Cooper that we're not going to be owning much longer. But here, oh my goodness, what have we here? Well, let me tell you what that is. This is a Skyway Street Beat that I just finished putting together for a buddy of mine. I was originally, I had worked on his 24-inch Skyway TA. Got the wrong brake for it, so I haven't been able to finish that one. But this bad boy I just finished. I wanted to throw a review out there because there's some curveballs that this bike throws at you when you're putting it together. So I just want to throw this out there. Planet BMX is fixing to get a bunch of these. You can get them off of eBay right now from Australia for about the same price if you can't wait. But these are going to start hitting the streets, or I guess contests, because I don't know of anyone that actually rides these bikes, which is sad because I just rode this one and it is just amazing. It's so smooth, pedals super nice, gearing is like perfect, got the brakes super dialed. Yeah, I just wanted to do a little bike check, do a little update. I haven't really filmed anything in a while, so let's step through this bad boy. So as I said, it's a Skyway Street Beat. It's a reissue. Sweet thing about these bikes is they use all modern parts. So if you kind of look up close here, that's an integrated headset. If we'll just poke around the other side, so you see the bottom bracket. It's a mid-bottom bracket. I used my snazzy little tool I showed you guys in my other video to install that. So we've got sun ride-on-light wheels. These are Reissue tires. Pretty sweet tires. Just on my shitty streets out here, they ride pretty well. Really love the throwback. It is a sticker, but they're nice. It's not like my Radical Rick bike where it's painted, but you know, that would probably shoot the price up hundreds of dollars. So you can see we've got some branding there from Skyway Street Beat. Head tubes, got a little Skyway action. I mean, these would look super nice with tufts, of course, but it's been an adventure putting this bike together. Let me throw out some of the other parts. I'm not familiar with the stem, but it worked out pretty well. Oh, you got some branding there. Maybe it's a TNT. Kind of associate that with race bikes, but whatever. Who cares? These are the Skyway reissue bars. Got some graphics on there. Threw on some white duo grips. White's a bad choice for grips, but you don't ride it a whole lot. It's no big deal. Plus, I mean, they're easy to clean up. So even if you do ride it a lot, it's pretty easy to just clean these up. I just finished it. Haven't cleaned it up yet, obviously. So these are Tech 77 Diacomps, and they got the little buttons so you can lock them. That was pretty cool when that came out back in the day, but I have these brakes pretty much dialed, so I don't even know if they'll lock, but it doesn't matter. Did the gyro and I actually used a fit. So here's the thing with this frame. We start throwing some things out here. This frame, the diameter in this area is kind of big, so you're going to need that fit Mobius to fit properly. We were going to use an Odyssey G3, but it was too small. It was kind of flip-flopping, doing crazy stuff. And maybe if I'd have used a different top cap instead of that snazzy Odyssey integrated headset top cap, might have worked, but I don't know. This works beautifully. If you'll notice, I did a dual lower cable setup. With this lever being single up here, it does the Y, and so I've got that going where it's supposed to go. But I really love the dual cable setup on the back brake. It's a lot easier to dial in, and if you'll notice, I used heat shrink on the cable end. A little touch there to clean it up. You can see there's there's grease on the bike from me greasing the posts. These are Diacomp 990 brakes. Probably my least favorite U-brake in the whole world, but that's okay. They still work. I'll show you this sweet friggin' sprocket. It's a Skyway turbo disc. These are Redline flight cranks. These are, I believe these are Welgo platforms. They're nice. get the job done. Not super fancy, but not super crappy. Just brush that off a little bit. This is actually, I would have probably done a half-link chain on this. I wound up, the chain that he bought for it wasn't that great. I didn't like the way it connected together, I guess. Didn't use the standard master link, it just kind of snaps together. That was driving me kind of crazy, so I went out and just got this at my local bike shop. It's a standard BMX chain, uses a different master link mechanism, works great. But did the Sunday quick release. So here's another thing. This seat post is pretty decent size. Your standard 25.4 millimeter seat post clamps, not going to work with it. That's a Skyway layback post, Skyway post, or seat, I mean. This is railed, so it's not a snazzy pivotal or anything crazy like that. You got the platform like you did back in the day. It's knurled right here, which is nice. It's got the little dip you can stand on. It's knurled as well. It's a really beautiful day, by the way. This is just tripping me out. So that's your back brake. It's a 990, and as I said, I did the dual cable setup. I had my own little London mod laying around. So this frame does not come with gyro tabs or cable management, whatever you want to call it. So you have to come up with your own. So I did that. There's the front brake, 990, and this bad boy is ridiculously dialed. Barely any pressure, you'll get thrown off the bike. Routing came up really nice. It's about as tight as I could get it without being too tight, I guess. You don't want that, but with slick cables, you can route them any which way you want. They're made by Odyssey, and they're the best thing ever for front brakes because you can bend them pretty sharp and they'll still pull perfect. So got the sun rhino lights, you can see a little sticker there. I'm not sure what hubs these are. Don't even know if that's really important. There's some action going on with the handlebar on the front. I don't know if anyone remembers these, but they're pretty popular back in the day, especially with this bad boy right here. Lots of people sitting on them, standing on them, all that fun stuff. Let's see what else we got. So yeah, we got the Sunday seat post clamp, quick release. You pop this off, pop the seat out. This seat post is extremely long. If you notice, the seat post tube is pretty short, so this is bottomed out actually, and it worked out perfect because it's the perfect height, and you don't have to worry about it floating around in there because it sits all the way at the bottom. See what else we got going on here. Some more stickers. There's the tire branding, whatever, pan erasers, super nice. These are 3/8 dropouts on the forks, 3/8 dropout on the frame. If you really wanted to drive yourself crazy, you can still mount a old school brake on there, but those are terrible. I wouldn't do that. This takes modern new brakes. It has brake mounts on the frame and not the posts that you thread into the frame. They're actually welded onto the frame. Same with the front fork. I really love that because I still ride brakes, but the other thing too, those posts that you thread into the frame or into your fork have a tendency to get loose, and that just makes for a bad time. So real quick little wrap up. Probably one of my favorite things is this sprocket. Just totally throws me back to the good old days. Really like the way the overall bike looks. Came out pretty awesome. I mean, I did a kind of a white and black color combination on it. I was going to try and do add some color to it, but with the decals the way they are, stickers, I didn't really like how things looked when I started getting colors in there. It just kind of looked out of place. It didn't look like back in the 80s when everything was day glow and whatever. There's a way to make that look right, and I just couldn't for some reason do that on this bike, so I just stayed with white and black and sprinkled in some polished and chrome, and this came out really nice, rides really nice. I'm super pumped on how well it came out. Did also add some washers back here, just to kind of space it out. Just really happy with the chain line. You don't want like your sprocket over here to be like out here and your free wheel like in there, because when your chain does this, you want your chain pretty much, if you can get it like that, that's what you want, where it's like perfectly straight, so you're not pedaling all jacked up or having to worry about your chain popping off. Or anyway, you know, so just some things I like to. The frame itself is actually pretty sweet as far as structurally, and the welds and everything. Like if you notice back there in the bottom bracket area, you know, the back chainstay, you got this little guy. Some of these retro frames are coming out with nothing here. That's terrible in my opinion. You don't want that. It causes a lot of flex, can cause, you know, breakage, cracks. Same with this seat tube. Like it's super stout, super stiff. Beautiful welds on this thing. If you can look at those, these are made like really well. There's a gusset up here, up your head tube. Again, some more beautiful welds. These forks are super clean. They're tapered. So I can show you down there. There's not just a hole, but it's actually tapered and stamped, which is super nice. But yeah, if you're looking at one of these frames, feel free to ask questions. You're going to run into some challenges compared to other modern BMX frames. For one thing, I had to use a star nut on the fork. Standard top cap did not work. It was too small, and I used a 25.4. I think I used a bigger size, still too small, so I had to do the star nut. If you're not familiar with that, it's this bolt, and there's this top cap piece, and then there's another piece that you have to tap into your fork, and that's what it tightens up against. And I actually bought the tool to do that, so that came out really nice. It's super stout. Like, we're not running around with loose headset or, you know, things that are sounding squirrely. I mean, this bike was a little squeaky when I rode it, but it's because the tires are so new. I mean, we've got massive nubs on this thing. Like, these are brand new. They literally have less than 20 feet on them. Like, I don't know, probably less than 100, I guess. I don't know if I rode it that far, but that's it. Just wanted to show you the bike, show you some details, open it up to questions. You know, if you're looking at these frames, they come in several different colors. I don't know the specs offhand. Just looking at the top tube, it's probably a 22 or 21.5. Chainstays look pretty decent long. Other cool thing is you can run a 44/16 if you want to, because they did this nice little move. But you could also run a 25/9 with no problems. The only bad thing is, if you do that, you're going to need to find a free wheel with or free coaster hub, whatever you want to call it, with a 3/8 axle, not a 14. I mean, you could probably drill out those dropouts to accommodate a bigger axle, but you know, that's not cool. Not really a fan of. Shouldn't have to modify a frame to make it work, and so at least that's my opinion. But yeah, it's even got the coaster brake bracket if you really want to throw on those Skyways with the coaster brake, and that'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, it's 3/8 axles. It's a mid-bottom bracket. These are flight cranks with a 19mm spindle. My own little London mod or dual lower brake cable thing going on here. What I did with the 990 on one side, I just kept the original part. On this side, you can't see it, but there's a NARP in here, and you can find those. Just if you're like me, you can find them laying around in spare parts, or just go buy some for like $1. They're good to have anyway. Front brake was a little different. It's basically, I kind of set it up a little different. There's parts that come with these brakes to make this side a lot fancier, or make this side a lot fancier, I guess, where you can actually like put a barrel adjuster in here and then have a thing over here. But I didn't need all that. I mean, this works so much better. It's so much simpler. I squished a thing on the cable end to try and keep that from poking people, and didn't use the heat shrink on the front because I didn't think about it, but I may go back and redo that. I don't know yet, but either way, it's crimped off and safe from danger. Anyway, there's a kind of a front view. Looks pretty sweet. Now if you're riding it, this is what you're looking at. It's not a bad view. I noticed when I was riding it, this right here takes a little bit of getting used to for sure. But either way, I mean, we're cockpit styled, seat styled, brakes are dialed, which is always a plus. It sucks when you have stuff on your bike that don't work right. And everything on this bike works perfect. I worked really hard on it. Had to fight through a lot of little battles. Yeah, if you have any questions about any of the parts, if you're thinking about getting one, you know, like, feel free to ping me in the comments or, I don't know, private message, whatever the hell. I think this frame, I think it's a frame, fork, and bars. It comes as a set. I think it's totally worth it if you're looking at it. I was considering it because I just got my bonus from work, but I have too many bills and Christmas and other stuff to worry about, so that's just gonna have to wait. And plus, I'm already overloaded with bikes anyway. That kind of happened accidentally. But I'm building 2 of them for a buddy of mine right now, both Skyways. This is the 20-inch freestyle mobile, the Street Beat, and then I'm building a 24-inch Skyway TA, which is kind of more of a race bike. Can't wait to show more of that one once it's done. It's just waiting on parts, and be good to go. Like, it's funny because other YouTubers, you know, they're waiting on parts for their exotic cars, or, you know, their hundreds of thousands of dollars of stuff, and here I am just waiting on parts for a little bike to film. So it's all good. I wish I was in their position, I guess, because then I'd have a lot more bikes to film, but it's all good. I'm grateful for everything we have this year. I hope everyone watching this video's had a good year. It's gonna have a good Christmas. We'll have a great new year. Everything is gonna get better. So that's just how you have to look at it. It's a beautiful day, gorgeous weather. Our inflatables are turned off right now because it's been kind of gusty, but usually instead of a yard full of sad, deflated inflatables, it's all lit up and things are going. And but the wind has been pretty harsh today, so that's gonna have to wait. We didn't go as crazy as last year, the year before. Wife had surgery. We just had a lot of stuff going on this year, and kind of had to tone down the celebrations and the decorations just to give her a break, give me a break, get us a break. Next year, you know, we'll have our crazy decorations up again for both Halloween and Christmas. God knows what else. So, cool thing is we've inspired our neighbors to get into it. So if you look at that, they've got a little bit of something. Across the street has some lights. So, you know, we're influencing people, so that's cool. But that's about all I got. Didn't want to go too crazy. We're hitting up on 18 minutes, so I didn't want to, you know, take too much time or, you know, bore people. But again, if you want to know anything about this frame, putting it together, anything to consider, how it felt riding it, any of that stuff, this is a totally perfect place to ask questions. And yeah, I would highly recommend this frame. It's just, the craftsmanship's beautiful. I think it's worth every penny. Ride's pretty sweet. I think it'd be fun to make into a flatland bike, for, you know, like a modern flatland bike, even though the geometry is not quite what I'm into. I'm more into, you know, like zero offset forks and shorter chainstays and shorter top tube, because I'm kind of a smaller dude. But this would work beautifully for getting back out there and, you know, doing the old school stuff like bar spins and endos, and, you know, just having fun. That's what BMS is all about. And you could totally have fun with this bike, because me just riding up and down feels great. And up and down the street, I mean, don't have anything else to ride up and down with it. But that would be fun too, if I could just, you know, magically make a mini ramp up here. But anyway, I keep saying anyway. I keep trying to get off this video, and I keep stalling. It's because I love you guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, whatever. You know, as these things come across my path, I'll be filming about them, because you know, I do these for a friend of mine. I've known him for over 30 years. He's unable to really be as active as he used to, but he still loves BMX, still loves bicycles. Like, he's still into it. He's one of the good guys. So I really enjoyed putting this together for him. And as long as he hands me bikes, I'll be filming them and talking about them. So that's going to do it for now. I have some other stuff coming up in the future. For next year, I have some ideas just to add some content. Maybe those 50-something people that are subscribing to me will have something new to watch every now and then, instead of me just dropping something every month or two. So see what happens. But yeah, that's all for me. My name's Randall. This is Eat, Sleep, Get Rad. Good motto. Have a Merry Christmas. Have a Happy, Rad New Year. Be careful out there. There's lots of crazy people too. And if you have any questions about this thing at all, or run into a snag building it, or need a place to find parts or whatever, just want to send a shout out to Empire BMX again. They helped me with this guy, solving some of the problems. Between them and my own little creativity in solving stuff, it worked out really well. But that's who sold me the Sunday seat post clamp and the star nut. They sold me the gyro after even Planet BMX mentions that you're going to need a bigger gyro. I didn't think that'd be the case, and that I could probably make the Odyssey work, but it didn't work very well at all. So this Mobius is a fit, whatever you want to call it. This guy, it's a larger diameter for things like this. It fits beautifully, works great. It's super smooth. I did dab all the cables in oil, not oil, but grease. Before routing them and all that. So everything's just super smooth. Everything's super quiet. It's just, this bike is just a dream. So anyway, that's it for now. And you guys, like I said, have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and signing off.